What happens when you meet your fans on the road anywhere in the world? What question do you get asked most of all? So if I asked it right now, what would you say to anybody who's watching your video? What do people want to know about?
They want to know how much I can lift. I mean, how much can you lift? Are you stronger than, The Rock? Are you stronger than Superman? I mean, and really bodybuilding isn't a game of how strong you are or even how big you are. Lee Labrada proved that for many years. Chris Dickerson at 42 years old, winning the Olympia at basically 189 pounds, 5'5". It's not how big you are, it's not how much you weigh or how much you can lift. It's what you look like. And I got a good perspective on that very early on. That's why I stay in the game, no matter if I'm standing next to Marcus Rule or, Paul Dillette. I feel in my mind that if I've done my homework, I'm just as competitive from head to toe, pound for pound. So I'm very confident in that regard. And I try to encourage people not to pay attention to the scale and not to pay attention to measurements and not to pay attention to how much you lift, because that's where you get hurt. So I'm an educator even when I'm not on the stage or even when I'm not in the gym. When I'm walking through an airport and they ask me that question, it's not a dumb question, but it's one that probably all the big guys get asked. And without question, I always try to remind them that throw away the scale and get rid of the measuring tape, Look in the mirror, and that'll be your best guide.
Although Shawn now only competes in the Mr. Olympia, he has competed in and won the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic in 1990 and 1991. He returns every year to work with some of his other sponsors like Powerhouse Gym International, where he signs autographs and takes pictures with his legion of fans and supporters. Well, this may very well be one of bodybuilding's biggest expos. It also attracts the biggest names in the business, as you will see. Shawn, what kind of person are you? Are you a good guy?
I can be. There's a persona that comes along with an image, and that image that I have in the magazine is created. Not a little bit of it's manufactured. I have a tough, no-holds-barred type attitude. I don't care about anybody but myself. And bodybuilding, in its nature, is a very selfish sport. Nobody feeds me, nobody cooks my meals, nobody trains me. I do what I do because it's what I love doing. So I'm very selfish in that right. And if someone's gonna come in and deter me from my chosen path, they're gonna get cut out of my life or get cut out of my preparation. A lot of people come on into the Shawn Ray camp as hangers-on. They want to be associated or affiliated with a champion. I've got to decipher, are you there because of me, the quality of person I am, or because of the persona that I have and the recognition or fame that I might have generated? So I think I'm good to the people that are in my camp. I mean, I'm a very good friend. If you are my friend, I'm a very good friend. I'll be there for you no matter what. And if you're my enemy, you're the invisible man. If you're somebody that's wronged me or talked crap about me behind my back and shook hands in my face, I may smile back at you, but at least I know who you are. I certainly am a loyalist in terms of people that are down with me. I'll get your back if you get mine.
One thing I've always noticed is that when I'm around you is that I always leave you behind like really motivated, like to tackle the world. And I think anybody watching this video is probably going to come away with that because you're a highly motivated, goal-oriented person. And you've always been this way.
Yeah,
I mean, from the time you were a teenager, isn't that right?
I think it comes from the fact that when I was athletic as a youth, I mean, I was successful in most everything I did, and that's not me blowing my own horn. I got the ribbons from the track meets. I got the medals from the karate tournaments, and I wrestled, I did boxing, and I was on the diving team, and I played football from 8 years old to 18, and I was always the MVP on my team, and I left records in high school, and I chose bodybuilding because it was something that I had control over after my team sport in high school was done with. And luckily for me, 3 years out of high school, I was winning my pro card and signing a contract with Joe Weider and appearing on the cover of Flex magazine and traveling to Australia and Germany and England and Ireland. I'm just all over the world, not knowing that bodybuilding was global. And at the same time, I realized I'm representing a population of bodybuilders that seems to be getting more and more eliminated from the bodybuilding arena. I'm really the last of the Mohicans when it comes to 5'7" and 210. I mean, there was a time where I had Lee Labrada I could pick on because we were relatively close in height. But I'm the David against Goliath. So there's a lot of people that cheer for me to knock off some of these behemoths who are very good in their own right. But I certainly don't represent the freaky, monstrous, gargantuan type physiques that Paul Dillette, Dorian Yates, and some of these other guys, Marcus Rule, have. I've always been known for my aesthetics and my athletically symmetrical type of physique, and I think a lot of that comes from my athletic background, and I've always been a self-motivator. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go for the world championship, and every time I go to Vegas, I feel like Tyson stepping in the ring. The only difference is Tyson has a fighter's chance of knocking his competitor out and not leaving it up to the judges. I get there knowing that with the current situation, there's no chance in hell that they're going to give me the title, but I still represent my hard work, and I really win the fight in the journey, which it takes place in the gym in terms of trying to be better than I was the previous year.